In life spanning, there is no plan B. I'm Jean Fallacara, and my guests are coming to this podcast for a reason. There's no rules, no BS, just pure biohacking. I don't want to know what you have to sell. I want to know who you are. So Bryan, I'm super happy to have you here today, and this is for an interview in Biohacker's magazine. I want you on the cover, not more than that. You're the biohacker, if I can call you like that, of the century, not the year. You're changing the world. You're the most measured man in the world. You started 3 years ago, and I see the progress. I see where you came from depression and everything. Got that from a nice little book here.
Oh, that's exciting to see.
I loved it. Very cool. The way that you put people speaking instead of you, like every step of your mind is getting a track into it. So happy to have you here, Bryan. Thank you for joining. We're going to do a couple of videos as well with these because we need to spread the words about what you're doing. And let's jump into the topic. You're okay?
Yes.
Let's go. You started 3 years ago, and your goal was to reverse biological age. Why that goal? Why biological age, or not improving your mind, or not increasing, well, it's probably linked, but improving your intellectual capacity or memory or whatsoever? Tell us.
Yeah, it's the result of a thought experiment. If we imagine being in the 25th century and we're listening to the conversation they're having, and they are reminiscing about the early 21st century. Mm-hmm. What do they observe? What did we do in the early 21st century that allowed intelligence to thrive in this part of the galaxy? And I thought about that question for a decade. And the conclusion I came up with is they would say that the human race figured out that don't die was the only thing on their to-do list, that when intelligence reaches a certain level of capability, and I'm speaking about AI, mm-hmm. that the only objective of intelligence becomes to continue to exist.
To survive,
and
yeah.
the defining element of our existence is don't die individually, don't kill each other, don't kill the planet, and align AI with don't die. And so everything I do with Blueprint is a contemplation that we are baby steps away from superintelligence. What do we do?
I love it. But my question would be, why did you choose don't die and not just live, for example?
Yeah, because if you say live, someone's like, hell yeah, I'm doing it. Mm. If you say don't die, they have to reconcile with everything about their existence because death has always been inevitable. And if death is not inevitable, they are forced to reconcile a new reality that smashes up against everything they understand.
Interesting. But
you think about it,
yeah,
society,
please.
Society is built based upon soothing us about death. I mean, religion is about death. Immortality of professional accomplishment is about death. You know, like we have basically society is structured around this inevitable thing. And if that's no longer the case, then everything we've structured kind of needs to be reconsidered.
True. But religion, I'm agnostic, but religion goes against those principles and so that it's continuous, like life has to continue after your death and everything. You must have been like pushed or squeezed by some religion and religious people, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, the religions don't want to die.
No.
You know, they do their thing because they believe there's continuation of life after death. So religions are don't die. that's what they're selling. And don't die, you know, there's no game more commonly played on planet Earth by every human here than don't die. True. Every second of every day we breathe, mm-hmm. We actively avoid death by looking both ways before we cross the street. We wear seatbelts, we have smoke detectors. So everybody is playing don't die. And more people play don't die than even capitalism. It's the most played game in the world.
True. Leveraging on investment on that. I agree on that. Some people just, like you said, some people try not to die, but some people are just not even living as well through that process. They keep going through their life without having any impact, you are getting a big impact on how we perceive humanity and how we perceive biology in general. I was fascinated by when you were reading, I was reading your book, and you were saying that we've been into the ocean, we've been on some places in the universe, so we're going to go to other places, but we've never been in the body like you are doing it now. And that is brilliant, honestly.
Yeah, thank you.
I think, like, big people, like you were talking about a couple of examples, but discoveries like that. I do remember, like, a couple of years ago, we didn't even know that the gut microbiome was playing an effect on some mood and psychology or depression and things like that. So getting into the body is probably the best thing to do. Now, you have mentioned several times that you were in sort of conflict in between your mind and your body before, because of all the ongoing bad food, depression, and bad routine, or maybe not the right environment where you were before. And you were in some sort of, I don't remember the name you said, but it's like your mind was dictating your body what to do. Today, you consider that your body is dictating your mind how it feels or what it has to do.
That's right. Yeah. So a comparable way to think about this is in the US, for example, it used to be run by the British monarch. And then the US chose a democracy, a new way of governing itself. And democracy has emerged as far superior to a monarchy in terms of wealth creation and success.
Right.
And I'm proposing there's a new way of being human. Instead of our minds deciding what it wants, when it wants, based upon how it's feeling or a certain urge or whatever, or rationale, that the body decides. And that's a pretty radical departure from how things are right now. But that's what I've done. I've given my body the authority to decide what it consumes. My mind is not in charge.
How do you feel? You've been a boss your whole life.
Honestly, never, ever better. And this is what is so funny, that people hear that and they think, oh, that sounds like the worst existence ever. And right, that's like the immediate knee-jerk reaction. But we all know that we do things that are contrary to our best interests, and we're helpless to stop ourselves. So that's really more the mind protecting its own vices than it is acknowledging the truth. We know this is truth.
True. It's true, yeah. But when you balance your body, sorry, made me laugh too hard. So when you balance your body, because you are measured on every aspect of your body, every single limbs and organs is measured, tracked down from you. Do you think that the mind align itself to be on the most equilibrated pace, or like the most stable pace, where you don't have any more conflict with negative thoughts, for example, or bad behaviors or things like that? And I understand that many people were just like watching you and say, like, what this guy is doing, but they need to follow you to understand what you're doing exactly. Now it's more clear. If you don't mind to go back to the question I asked, I was just like
I mean, I think it's interesting that there's people have good intuitions that, for example, if you're trying to run a mile at a certain time, you need to time it. You can't just go out and run around the track and guess how fast you're running or what your time is. You need measurement for that level of precision. Some things in life are okay to guess, but otherwise you're looking for precision. And that's what we've done with my measurement, is you need to probe the body and all of its biological processes and organs. You can't just pose a question like, how does my heart feel, and know what to do. And so, we've tried to use every measurement modality we can find to probe what's happening inside the body, and then reference scientific literature, and then do the best interventions, and then measure again. And then we've open sourced the entire thing. Yeah.
And what about proprioception? Many people are preaching that you need to have a high level of proprioception and feeling your body from the past experiences and things like that. Do you think that your proprioception, your body perception from the outside, from your mind perspective, gained more authority through the process?
Because I've done so much measurement, I have developed new abilities to listen to my body with accuracy. So it's not like a situation where I say, I think I'm feeling the following thing. It's that I make an educated guess and I say, I'm predicting the following thing. We then measure it. And then it's it's rather right or wrong. But my abilities to read my body are substantially improved than they were before.
So part of your brain is making new connection as well, memorizing those things and improving over time. You have AI assisting you in the process most of the time, or all the time, I guess. AI dictates your day and nights and sleep and meals and everything. Are you
Yes.
becoming a superhuman?
That's goal for everyone. Yes.
Yeah.
The goal is to imagine that if we were to travel in time to go see Homo erectus a million years ago, and we posed the question, where is food, where is shelter, and where is harm? We would listen because Homo erectus knows things we don't.
Mhm.
If we said Homo erectus, tell us about the future of the species, we would laugh. And so if you pose the same question to us today, where is food, where is shelter, where is harm? We know. Pose the question, what about the future of the human race? Would the future laugh at us? And so what I'm trying to propose is we may want to have some humility and contemplate that we are as caveman-like as any previous generation, and that now we walk forward on this baby steps of superintelligence. It could be a reality that is orders of magnitude more expansive than what we have now. And so at the core of what I'm trying to say is a humility that in this moment, the only thing we know is we don't want to die.
And working on it. What if the technology fails?
We hopefully can feel good that we gave it our best shot.
That's a great, that's a great answer. I love it. Yeah. And it's interesting because I wanted to jump on that topic. I'm going away from the question I've sent you before, but on purpose because I want to get deeper into your brain. All these behaviors, routines, and everything that you do, most of the time, people wearing a Fitbit, for example, become so addicted to it. Do you think that you become addicted to your lifestyle now? And is it considered an addiction?
Yeah, is capitalism an addiction? Is work an addiction? Like I don't know, like people try to pin me down and try to wrestle me to the ground with these questions. When
I don't want that. I want to go deeper into your mindset there.
Yeah, I wasn't saying for you, but I'm just saying people try to dunk on me with these kinds of frameworks. Like the human race is a walking addiction.
True.
It's just and then everyone views their addiction as somehow desirable, and they view other people's addictions as undesirable or a flaw. So it's a funny question, and it probably says more about the question than my contemplation. So I'm on a mission. Yeah. I'm on a mission for the future of the human species and to don't die. I'm not on a mission to maximize nights out, drinking and partying and whatever. I don't have those goals. So I just have different goals than what most people have in the early 21st century.
Yeah. Biohackers in general, I've been a biohacker for over 10 years. And in the community of biohacking, you've seen these people always saying some people party and drink and my goal is different. My bar is bar for lifting and for example, or I don't drink and things like that. So I understand that philosophy. I'm coming from the same, not that extreme where you are. I would definitely keep going that way. I was surprised recently to see you in Vegas because many people have been like you said, trying to put you down and saying oh, that guy has no life. I wouldn't change my life for his life and things like that. And I saw you going party kind of in Vegas and having fun and then making this meetup where you were rock climbing. You're proving wrong to all these haters. Keep going that way.
Exactly right.
Yeah. And I think that people, like you said before, they get addicted to their job. They get addicted to their phone. You are addicted to this lifestyle. At the beginning, to be honest, Bryan, when I saw you starting, you didn't publish everything at the beginning 3 years ago, but you started to publish maybe a year and a half ago, I would say a year ago. And I was watching you at the early stage because my daughter's boyfriend goes hey, have you seen Bryan Johnson? I go, well, the guy from Venmo. And he goes yeah, he does what you do. And I go what? So I watched you, and I was looking at the extreme routine that you were implementing one after the other, and sometimes changing, going back and forth. And I didn't understand, like everyone on this planet. I didn't understand what you were doing. And I was just like, you're shifting a beautiful life or a life, livable life, for an extreme sectorized and dictated lifestyle. Now, a year after, I do understand where you're going because, like you said, you're on a mission. That mission requires artificial intelligence technology, but research and biology in general. Your team works with you. Are you consulting with other external from your team, or it's just like a closed system where you listen only to the researchers that are within your circle?
We speak with everyone we can. We're very friendly. We're very open. We're collaborative. We are eager to change our minds. We're just after an objective. We share everything. So we really try to be positive participants in the community.
Yeah, I think you need to. We're going to be together at the Live Long Summit in West Palm Beach. I'm so thrilled for that. And I see that there is a panel of other speakers like David Sinclair and these guys that are like on the other side of the research, and they've been in the controversy as well. Like David has been in the controversial man for a long time, and now we all know that he was right about some molecules and stuff like that. And I think it's going to be the same for you. More and more, I see that people are accepting and looking at what you're doing as something's beautiful. The recent meetup you had, like you started by 100 person, now you have like 5,000 coming and 13,000 people joining the club. In your book, you were saying that what I'm doing is not for everyone, because I understand that we are all unique snowflakes. Can we extend what you do to other type of people? Because of course it's based on your genetic epigenetics and expression and environment. How do we modelize that?
I mean, hopefully, a lot of people in the world have access to clean water. It just shows up. And a lot of people, that's a good example. And same with basic medicines and antibiotics. It's just part of our societal fabric. And if we continue to play this out, I hope that it will be standardized and normalized so that these things are happening inside our body and we don't even know. It's just taken care of on our behalf. So I'm bullish. I think if you reimagine that as a species, we point AI at don't die. We don't point AI at war. We don't point AI at the games that we humans play. And we then take our war budgets and we're doing other things like don't die as a species. I know that sounds unimaginable, but the future is unimaginable. AI is going to be millions, if not billions of times more intelligent than we are. And when you get to that kind of delta between intelligence, you just want to hold on for dear life to be a part of this.
True.
And so I think that it's actually the first time we can actually dare to imagine with such boldness. And so, yeah, could everyone have access to it? Yes. Could it be automated? Yes. Could it be in a situation that is just beyond our scope of ability to articulate now? Yes.
Yeah. Because I think, my whole life I've been preaching about longevity, and I've been trying to achieve a dream of making longevity mainstream and accessible to everyone. Because coming from the biohacking sphere, I've seen that what we were doing in the biohacking industry in general was for rich people, but everyone wants to live, or everyone doesn't want to die to follow the don't die. Today, the blueprint is still quite expensive. Of course, it takes volume to put it down in pricing. Do you think that one day the blueprint adapted to everyone would be less expensive than a McDonald's, for example?
Yeah, I think even right now with the blueprint stack, I think we're lower cost than McDonald's.
Interesting. So you need to have,
we're lower.
Yeah.
The blueprint stack will have a full day's calories by June. And I think we're lower cost than the grocery store. I think we're lower cost than fast food. And I think it's going to be the most nutritious food program built in history. So I think we will basically nail the first layer of health, which is all the basic nutritional elements. It's not a multivitamin. It's just some generic thing. It's built upon the best science available. And I think we're up against time. I have another call. I think we're up against time.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That was that fast. Sorry for that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great conversation. Thanks, right?
Yeah,
Great
thank you,
talk to
Brian. It's fascinating. So keep going, my man, because what you do, it's fantastic, and I can't wait to see you in West Palm Beach. And we can keep talking in West Palm Beach and do another session there to go deeper. I love it. I love the program. I love what you do.
Thank you, friend. Wonderful to see you.
Thank you.
Talk to you soon. Bye.
Talk to you soon. Bye.